Thank you, and welcome back to Life Lessons from Reading School District. Again with us, we have Coach Rob Flowers, who's our football coach. He was just telling us a little bit about his background, and so I wanted to ask him what it feels like now to be an adult and be a role model to football players who were just like you when you were in high school.
I absolutely love it. Being a role model and leading our young men is absolutely the best thing in the world. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere else I want to be, and the reason why it's the best is because every single day I get to share something different with every single young man. Mm-hmm. Whether it's a hug, whether it's a high five, whether it's a conversation, whether it's a cuss out session, whatever it may be, we get to share, and I get to share something different every day. I mean, our situation is so unique and so special up at the high school. And what makes it so unique and so special is the fact that these young men trying to become grown men can walk into my office. It's open door policy. Can walk into my office, shake my hand, and give me a hug. Mm-hmm. And I can do the exact same thing back. And I say this all the time. No young man ever goes home hearing something negative from us. So if we had to get on him at practice, he's going to hear something positive before he goes home. Mm-hmm. We don't know what he's going home to. We don't know if what's going on, but he's always going to hear something positive. So it's absolutely the best thing in the world. It's fulfilling every day. Mm-hmm. I know you had asked my daughter if she goes to practice sometimes. She gets to see it. So she hears and gets to be a part of some of the dialogue with different things. And it's truly, truly amazing.
So for you, what's that locker room like? What is your kind of pump-up speech to get everybody going on a Friday night?
It depends, man. I'm not really good at them.
Really?
I'm just.
Why do you say that?
Because sometimes I get too trapped up in my emotions, man. So maybe I am good at them. I don't know. It's one of the areas that I critique myself what I know I need to improve on. I'm such a straight shooter, man, and I just being that we're Reading High. People expect us to lose. Mm-hmm. They expect us to come out there and have a nasty attitude. They expect us to go out there and be so feisty. And I really take that personal. And I know our young men take that personal. Mm-hmm. So when I'm giving them the speech, I'm giving them a speech and a lesson based on, fellas, we have to fight out of this corner. Mm-hmm. Like nobody expects us to do anything. So we have to fight out of this corner. And that's the mentality and approach that we take every single day. Mm-hmm. And we're fighting out this corner, Kristin. We're getting out this corner. Each mm-hmm. day we get better, and we're getting there. And we're going to continue to fight out this corner. And when we get out the corner, everyone's going to know. Yeah. Everyone's going to know.
So for you, just as a man, what type of lessons are you trying to impart on them?
It's funny you ask. I just met with a family today. A young man wanted to come and play football. And I was giving them our expectations of what we need to do. Mm-hmm.
What are those expectations?
Expectations as far, everything we do is built off a systematic structure, academically, accountability-wise, strength conditioning-wise, football-wise. Everything's built off of a different system. Mm-hmm. But what I said to the mom was, our job as coaches is to help you raise your young man. That is our number one job. Mm-hmm. Number two job is to win football games. We try to get every single young man set up in a situation where he's going to have an opportunity after high school to do something different. Mm-hmm. We try to put we try to make sure every young man understands we can be uncle one day, dad one day, stepdad one day, cousin one day, brother one day. We wear so many different hats, myself and the coaches that are up there. Mm-hmm. And it's so, so important that they understand that. And I mean, if you ever came and observed, you would feel it. You would definitely feel. I know mm-hmm. one of the questions that I asked my mother is, can you see the bond that we are creating from the sideline? Mm-hmm. Can you see it? Because that's important to me. I don't care what anybody else says about what we're doing inside the white lines. That's what we do. We're figuring it out. But can you see that we are being positive men to these young men? Mm-hmm. And when the answer to that question is yes all across the board, I'm happy. I'm a happy man.
So how do you teach that teamwork and that camaraderie and forming that bond?
You teach it by putting challenges out there and putting expectations out there and sticking to your word. Mm-hmm. If you tell a young man you're going to be here, you need to make sure that you're there, and we're there every day. Mm-hmm. If you tell a young man that this is how you're going to do things, don't just yell at him about how to do it. Positively show him how to do those things. Mm-hmm. When you're talking about people working as a team, set the guys up to work as a team. This is not a dictatorship up there. Mm-hmm. This is not a cookie-cutter world either. So these young men have to figure it out, and you have to let them figure out how to work with each other. That's a life tool. That's a life skill that you need. And we work on that mm-hmm. daily. So
what is the response like, especially when you're dealing with teenagers who at that age just might not always want to listen or hear it, like you said you did at that age? How do you get them to kind of buy into that?
Keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Like I said, Kristin, this is my 4th year as a head coach. I was here for 3 years as an assistant. This isn't over. I mean, it's an ongoing building process. We have to continue to keep doing what we're doing, and we have to do it by example. They can't hear me talking all crazy or saying something dumb out in the community or to other coaches. I have to do that every single day. They all see and hear what goes on every day. So we have to continue to keep doing it day in and day out with our daily systematic structures that we use.
Can you talk about a kid or kids who you really sit back and that's a story that sticks with you, something that you said, stuck with them, or they came back and talked to you and said, thanks, coach? Do you have one of those kids or stories that really sticks with you?
We have a lot of those stories, Kristin. We have a lot of them. I think of one young man, Matt Sensnick. I'll throw his name out there. He understands. When he first came to our school from Governor Mifflin, I just told him, I said, look, you make sure you maintain who you are and what you're doing, and you're going to be fine. Here he is at the Naval Academy. I think of another young man who's on his way to Lackawanna Junior College. You're talking about a young man that couldn't read or write. You're talking about a young man that used to beat people up. And I remember saying to him, we are always going to be here for you. So as long as you commit back to us, we're going to commit back to you. And to this day, he'll send me a text or give me a call. Coach, I just want to say hello. He'll ask how his sisters are doing.
Yeah.
And that makes me smile, man. That's when I know we're winning.
Yeah.
And like I said, we're gonna win on the field. It's just a matter of time. But we're winning outside the field. Like these young men are becoming better young men, and that's our goal.
Yes.
And it makes me feel real good.
And I know you started the conversation about counting your blessings. So tell us just what your blessings are. What are you counting right now as an adult, as a football coach, as a father? What are you counting?
Number one, I count my blessings for my health. That's number one. I actually recently just lost a teammate of mine that I played express with. He just passed away. He's old.
Wow.
He's as old as me. I mean, that was tough. That really has me thinking.
Yeah.
I count my blessings for my family. I'm very, very fortunate for my family. I mean, I have a wife who sticks by me. I have a 10-year-old daughter who absolutely adores life and adores people. And I have a 3-year-old daughter who is just learning and seeing all the people that adore her and all the people that I adore and that she adores. And I absolutely count my blessings when it comes to my siblings. And I count my blessings when it comes to these young men. I don't have to be in that situation at Reading High School. For some reason, God put me here. I want to be here, but they could have chose someone else 4 years ago. But they didn't. They chose Rob Flowers to do that. And I absolutely love them and thank them for that opportunity. And I'm counting my blessings every day.
Absolutely. Well, we thank you for everything you do for the kids, everything that you do for the community. We appreciate the passion that you put into it, and we appreciate you being a positive role model. So thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm glad I can do it.
I'm glad you could join us for our first podcast. This is something new that we're starting in the district. We look forward to sharing some more stories with you from our staff and our students. Thank you.